Hello, and welcome to another edition of Unpopular Review. And tonight, we're going to be reviewing the classic movie of none other than Batman Returns. Just an incredible movie, ladies and gentlemen, with people that just had amazing roles. Join us as we discuss that. What do you mean? You have to put in the video.
I've been down here too long. It's time for me to ascend.
From the sewers of Gotham, a new villain emerges.
You didn't invite me, so I crashed.
From the rooftops of Gotham, the perfect enemy comes to life.
I am Catwoman. Hear me roar.
And the only one who can save this city is a creature of the night.
My dear penguins, thanks to Batman, the time has come to punish all of Gotham.
Wow. So he went and brought me back right into the whole thing, right? And I don't understand why, because tonight, anyway, let me stop saying all that. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be discussing Batman Returns. And all jokes aside, in my opinion, this is one of the best Batmans ever made, right? This is why I'm sitting in darkness. You know why? Because this is the darkest Batman. But joining me this evening is none other than Mike Knox. Welcome back, and I'm very happy to see you.
Thank you, and I have to agree with you. I think this is one of the best Batman movies ever made as well. Can't wait to talk about it. Let's get it done.
Also joining us is none other than the Rain Cloud, the executive.
Shit. Okay. Hey, everybody. I was not expecting to come out next, right?
Yes.
That kind of fucked me up. But I am here, and I'm talking about Batman Returns. Now, I won't say this is one of the best Batman movies. I'm going to give you a spoiler on that. But it was still a pretty decent Batman. But I always disagree with Mike Knox because Mike Knox has no taste. So let's introduce. We have a special guest, right?
Yes, we do.
Boogie felt like she was like, "Hey, I'm too pretty to be on tonight." So she said, "I was throwing the sub." Right? So she said, "Hey, Bay," right? That's what the kids are saying. So like, "Hey, Bay, get on for me," and that's who we have here tonight. And that will be Tello 202. That's the area code for Washington D.C. for all you people who didn't pass high school. Let's bring them in. That's your job, Vic. There you go. There we go. Tello 202 with the standard definition webcam. Go ahead.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sorry. He said no fashion, but he's the one with the cutoff shirt on. Just checking. Fashion?
I said that earlier in the
No
private
fashion.
chat.
My underwear are more. My drawers have more taste in your whole wardrobe.
Excuse me.
Sean John,
what kind of shirt
Tommy Hilfiger, all that stuff in my
head.
That's
what kind of shirt you wearing?
This is a Shag Gaspar shirt. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's wrestling.
Paying respect to my friend who passed away, the hero.
I will pay respect, but it's not fashion.
Brooklyn's own.
It's not fashion.
Brooklyn's own. So pay respect to the hero.
Speaking of heroes, we're talking about Batman Returns. I don't know what this
is. It is a great hero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I'm just gonna say it. This was a money grab, right? This clearly was a money grab, and the reason I say that is because I remember how big the first one popped, and with this one, it was a money grab. It was a little cheesy, but they went all out because, in my opinion, the storytelling was crazy storytelling. And I'm going to say this as well. Love the Penguin as a villain. But you know one thing that I forgot? I forgot that Max was the real villain here.
Yeah, he was.
I forgot that Max was the real villain.
He was.
After rewatching this movie, and man, this guy.
Yeah, Christopher Walken killed it.
Yes.
Christopher Walken killed this movie. He was definitely the real villain because he played
Yes.
he played on the strings of all of them. And
Yes.
you spoke about being a money grab. This movie came out 3 years later, so like 92, somewhere around there. So at that time, I was just in high school, right? So I didn't know nothing about movies being green lit and things like that when they're like right away, like the way that unfortunately, which I thought the new Scream film was pretty good, but to be green lit for the next one already, I kind of thrown off by that. But with this one, you had to give it more because it was so popular. The ride had came out at this time at Great America, the real Great America, which is in St. Louis, and then Great America Six Flags in Jersey, also has that same ride as well. But when this movie came out, like you just said, Christopher Walken, Michelle Pfeiffer, Dan DeVito, I won't say it's better than the first one, but I say this much: this was the last Batman, in my opinion, that was good before we got the Christopher Nolan copy.
Facts.
And so you give me 1 and 2, and then to me the other Batman's all fair in comparison until we get to Christopher Nolan's Batman. So I was excited for this movie. I love this movie. That's why I put it up there in so high regard because I don't think the other ones could even touch the first 2 Batman movies with Michael Keaton. So for me, I love them. They were phenomenal to me. 202, your thoughts about this movie? 92. I mean, I'm 16 years old. This movie comes out.
I was 3 years old.
Jesus, you're a baby.
Yes. And this one and the first one were my favorite movies. I remember having them on VHS.
Mm-hmm. Blockbuster.
Didn't age well for me.
No?
I'm going to say, yeah. Maybe it's because I haven't seen it since the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But Batman's always been my favorite superhero. And watching this was kind of disappointing. It's like I should have just let the movie live in its glory in my mind from being like a 6-year-old with VHS tapes. The thing I did like about it though, it was campy in the old school Batman way, before we got those movies from the mid to late 90s with Val Kilmer. These Tim Burton versions were extremely campy. The ones with Val Kilmer that had Robin in them, they were campy too, but this one was just like almost like
I'm a little older. I'll be 48 in August, but it's campy.
Camp, like the original Batman, like the TV show, like from the 60s.
Yeah. The pow, boom. I watched it as a kid.
Yeah,
so,
it's kind of
my uncle played Batman
like,
behind the bathroom door.
Yeah, it's like kind of tongue in cheek, like Batman. It's like it's almost kind of making fun of itself a little bit.
Okay.
It was like these movies, like they want to take it seriously, but at the same time, it kind of makes fun of the comic book world and pokes fun at itself a little bit, but still a good.
In that time of the year, or not time of the year, but at this time, America, especially when it came to Hollywood, didn't want to go dark. Right? Absolutely. They were afraid to go dark for superheroes.
Absolutely.
And you are 100% right. When I watch these movies, I love them for what they gave me. But as I mentioned with the Christopher Nolan Batmans, those Batmans made me actually become a Batman fan.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like as a Superman guy, I've always liked Batman, but that's like the one argument you always had as a kid. Are you Batman or are you Superman? Right?
I think, but because I was, 90s kid, the Batman cartoon was the superior cartoon. Like that's like the one, So for me, it was like the movies, the cartoon, toys was always Batman. So I enjoyed these movies. I watched them all the time as a kid, but it's like now, after seeing, and I think after the hype of and growing up with the Christopher Nolan versions, like as a teen, the young adult, it's kind of hard to enjoy this version of Batman. The movie, it wasn't like, it wasn't heavy, it wasn't super dark, but it had some very adult jokes and content and innuendo in it. It was just kind of like,
You didn't find the acting to be well, because I look at it from that point. I get now that I know the word campy means. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I looked at it like, okay, I see exactly what you're talking about. It's not who I've known to say, oh, that's why motherfuckers fuck with Batman, right? Kind of a movie. I understand that part, but I look at it as I'm a fan of watching movies for what they are and judging them on what they are, right? Yeah. And so I look at the acting from this movie. I look at Michelle Pfeiffer. The only thing about Michelle Pfeiffer, which he showed in the clip, I thought was kind of funny. Cats don't roar unless you're a lion, right? So besides that, I thought Dan DeVito and Christopher Walken just destroyed. Like we're talking about some of the best actors. My wife was talking about before we were on the air about I grew up with Danny DeVito from Taxi.
No,
Right.
absolutely.
And to see all the things that, she says he should get his flowers. I go, well, who doesn't give Danny DeVito respect?
No,
Right. And I look at the Penguin, it's like, that's the respect right there. That showed to me some of his best acting chops, in my opinion, for Danny DeVito.
Facts.
Great ensemble work, great cast, all great actors. The acting was great. It was just, I'm just mean overall for me, it's like, it was hard for me to enjoy it now as an adult. He was a great villain. Like, I felt like I was maybe overanalyzing it a little bit to the point where it was like he didn't seem so villainous to me. Like his motives were kind of altruistic before being kind of guided by Christopher Walken's character. And it's like he kind of just wanted simple things. Like he just wanted people to see him as human at his core until he was corrupted.
Talking about the Penguin, right?
The Penguin, yeah. And I think his story arc was cool, and it just got a little dark with it's like everybody's painting him as a villain because he looks a certain way, but he just wanted to let his humanity be shown.
Have you ever watched Gotham?
That's all he really wanted. I watched some of the first season.
All right, that's a shame.
Oh man,
the first season doesn't make you stay.
Yo.
Season 2, 3, 4, and 5 is where it's at. I thought season 1 of Gotham was just. We talked about that last Batman show was just an arc to the rest. I myself, I'm not a fan of season 1. I almost gave up on the show. But the reason why I brought it up is I thought the arc between both Penguins and the show to me remedied each other. I reminded me of like how the Penguin in Gotham just wanted to be, right? And he was kind of made into the villain in which he became, the same way you're kind of explaining the way this in the movie with this Penguin. So I thought as you mentioned that, I thought they kind of went together.
That's what I saw in the movie. And
I think this was the last time that they did a Penguin that was like actually attached to penguins and eating fish and doing like, all of that. You know what I mean? Like they went real hard with that whole situation. And I don't think anybody else could have done it better than Danny DeVito at the time.
No.
The other thing that I noticed is that, and that's probably me getting old, turning 40, but I noticed that everything is mechanical. Everything, like it made me realize what it was when things went viral with a whole bunch of people with newspapers, and like the way that PR was done back then, just the whole way that everything was manipulated to make him mayor and all of that. It's crazy because like now you literally just have to post something for that kind of thing to happen, and like the amount of ingenuity and work that they had to put into having this big campaign. It just made me think about how much things have changed. I mean, the other thing, like I don't know, there was literally like no CGI in this. Like everything, even
animatronic.
Like even Batman's wings, like everything was just, you know what I mean? And I really, really appreciated that because like it's really it really, really just brings me back to that time. But then at the same time, looking at it now, especially after seeing a movie like Endgame and like No Way Home, and
so unfair,
and being accustomed to those things, it's kind of like, like, all right, and it's sad to have that perspective, because I remember how I felt when I first saw this movie at the movies. Like I thought this was the coolest thing ever, and Batman. Hey, I was just like, yo, we got the wings. You see the wings? Ah! And now it's just like, all right.
Listen, I remember thinking Spider-Man the Electric Company was the best thing I ever seen at the time. That's how far I go back.
The way that she killed Max, man.
Yeah.
What?
The way he got it too. I want Vic to answer this question. He says, who plays? I guess he was trying to say who plays the better Batman to you, Vic?
To me, this one. I mean, but that might just be my perspective because, see, look, this Batman hit me in my heart because I was watching the animated series, and I feel like those two Batmans really correlate.
I thought the animated series didn't start till 92, 93. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not a fact checking person. Just asking.
I remember.
However, I am.
Listen,
And I can tell you that this show
like fifth, sixth
started
grade.
after Batman Returns came out.
The animated series did, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's what I thought. It happened. It started.
After Batman Returns.
Yeah, it didn't start
Okay.
until '92.
I mean, because
After
Yeah, it
Batman
came
Returns.
after the movie, right? It
That was
literally came 2 months after the movie that fall.
that was
It was a summer
92.
movie. Yeah, they both came out in '92, but
Yeah.
the movie came first and probably spun that cartoon being made at that time.
And mind you, that cartoon.
Mine's Batfleck. Personally, we had that talk last time. If Charmaine, you wasn't here, mine's Batfleck. I know a lot of people don't like that Batfleck, but I knew what they were going as. Again, not a Batman. I'm not a comic book guy. I'm an animated cartoon guy, and the animated movies that have been coming out from DC, that's what they were creating at that time. The older Batman who had lost Robin and those kind of things. And I always will always echo this. And I said this before. I just repeat myself. He has a bat cave in his home. So can't no fan tell me, oh, he played a bad Batman and didn't know what he was doing, because this man's a Batman freak. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think it's Batfleck. 202 and an executive, because he hasn't got a word in. That's right. He's working behind scenes while on air. 202, your favorite Batman?
I think he's underrated. Ben Affleck. I think he was an underrated character. I think they wrote it bad, but I liked him as Batman. I really did. Gotta say. Christopher Nolan movies were cool with what's his face, but Christian Bale.
Bale, yeah. One
cool.
thing about him I didn't like.
Cool,
I don't have any
that.
occupants. I hated that. I hated the voice changing of him. That's why that's what I couldn't stand with that Batman. Again, that's not his fault. That's writing saying talk this way.
Yeah, but
I hated that.
I like the older version of Batman. I think he fit the profile the best as far as Batman goes.
First one made me a fan. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Of Batman itself. I was like, but again, I think Christopher Nolan made me more a fan than the character, like the way it was written. I think it's one of the best. I think that trilogy in itself is the best top 5 trilogy of all time, in my opinion. Up there with like Rocky and things like that is Christopher Nolan's Batman.
I think with Tim Burton's Batman, they didn't give Michael Keaton enough heavy lifting with the character.
Time of year, it was the 80s. It was the 80s and early 90s. That the world wasn't ready for that kind of stuff. I mean, maybe at that point you got to think we're just not getting real world.
Yeah,
right. Which changed the whole world.
They kind of gave us nothing.
Yeah,
Batman,
they were giving you what they thought would sell the kids. They were trying to sell toys.
The thing is just that I think that the idea of Batman can evolve more over time. And why do I say that? Because if you look at the technology that Michael Keaton had nowadays, back then, you would look at it like, wow. Now nobody would be caught that stuff.
Yeah, but I just mean as far as dialogue goes and his interaction with the characters, it was
the reason why I say that is because, like, this guy is a guy where if somebody had enough money, they could literally accomplish this. They could train them.
Like Bezos, he has enough money.
Yeah, no, like if they could train themselves to do this, they could train themselves and get all of the gadgets and all of the stuff and things like that. And people can actually aspire to become Batman. I mean, not literally become Batman, but you know what I mean? So like I feel like the Batman that's coming out is gonna have like 6 phones attached to his utility belt.
Nah, he won't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this again, and I know Chris will chime in soon because he's been too quiet. I would rep anything on that. This Batman movie will be one of the best movies we've seen. And I'm not gonna say it's going to be better than Christopher Nolan's Batman. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm talking about as far as the year we're in and all the movies we got coming out. I think will be the best comic book movie to come out this entire year. I think because the Christopher Irons and the actors that are behind this movie, it's not many times someone like Christopher Irons, if you don't know who that is, that's Claw from Black Panther. Okay, when it ain't many times actors come out and say how great their movies are. You know what I mean? So I have faith in this movie. I just really do.
I think it's going to be weird in a good way. From the trailers and from watching,
I mean, Andy Serkis. I'm sorry, not Chris Ryans. I apologize. Andy Serkis.
Oh, we got
Thank you, Chris.
we got
for that,
research.
for that,
The
for that
research
face.
department.
Well, I'm glad Chris. Oh, somebody did that too. But I saw Chris's face, and that's when I knew I messed up. But I will always admit that I'm not the greatest name person. So I fixed it. It's cool. Y'all ain't got to correct me and post it. It's cool.
That's what research is there for.
Don't just sit there and not talk. Talk now, Christopher. Your favorite Batman. The gallery want to know your favorite Batman. Yeah, you're muted though. Like unmute yourself.
You are my personal favorite Batman. I don't really have one. I'm a big fan of Michael Keaton. I'm a big fan of my Ben Affleck. I'm a big fan of Christopher. No, what's his name? Swear to me, who's he?
Christian Bale.
Thank you. I'm a big fan of him. I thought Val Kilmer was not that bad. You know, I really don't. George Clooney's the only one that's been a bad Batman.
See, that was gets me with you. You can like Val Kilmer, but you won't give
a blonde Batman.
Edward Cullen a chance because you keep wanting him. Because everybody keeps comparing him to Edward Cullen.
You said something about a glitter vampire. I don't know what you're talking about.
Again, but I remember, and everybody can laugh, but everybody thought Brokeback Joker wasn't going to be good, and look what that did.
You're absolutely right because I didn't think he was going to be.
No one thought.
I also didn't think Daniel Craig was going to be a good James Bond if he surprised. So understand when I sit here and say this.
Bond.
So understand when I say this. I say this, and that doesn't mean I'm not going to go in an open mind. If he's a good Batman, I'll admit he's a good Batman.
That's all. Right? I just want fans.
That's what I did with Daniel Craig with James Bond. That's what I did with Heath Ledger. Because truth be told, I said they got the wrong Brokeback guy. I thought this should have been the guy that played Mysterio.
Right.
Yeah. I thought it should have been him. I forgot his name. Somebody correct me in the chat.
Gyllenhaal.
I thought it should have
been Jake. Yeah.
Thank you. But hey, Heath Ledger went out there. He killed it. So if Glitter Boy does a good job, I will admit the Glitter Boy did a good job. That's me. I will give you that. But right now, all I can judge him for is the fact he's done so many movies since I know that.
I'm gonna say that's why I think he's done so many movies.
It's Twilight because Twilight fucking sucks, and I'm sick and tired of seeing it. I get that. And they made me watch that shit. No, I will tell you a story.
I have a wife.
You wanted me to talk and you interrupted excellence. You wanted me to talk and you interrupted executive consultant, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm watching. From and Vic will tell you this. We started UPRE. You have Cedar Superior and some other woman was on the show and some dude. And they're like, let's review Twilight, right? And I'm like, oh my God, put a gun in my head right now. And I live in Florida, so you know how it is, Mike, because you live in Florida. Stay your ground. I feel like walking into the neighborhood.
You go right to Walmart, baby.
I feel like walking in the neighborhood. I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to see Twilight. Oh, I'm sorry to put you out your misery. That's how I was feeling, much like I felt like that when E Boogie said, hey, let's go ahead and watch some movie called Becky. And I'm watching that, and I'm like, are we doing Christmas movies? Because it's like Home Alone, right? Or Vic last year was like, hey, it's 3/16. Let's watch a Stone Cold Steve Austin movie. I'm like, oh, damn, right, Bet we're going to watch it. Condemn. No, we're going to watch some Tactical Force. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, right? That's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling with these shits. But it's fine. It's fine. So then we're like, let's watch Batman franchise. And now we're going to the Batman.
I think personally that fans who do reviews like we do,
gotcha,
and critics who I believe have an agenda, okay, I always go, I'm a big Entourage fan. That's my favorite TV show of all time. Whatever you don't like it, whatever, that's my favorite TV show. And there's a line that's used in there when he was playing Aquaman. And he goes, this guy, Vinny, these guys can make or break a movie before a movie comes out. And I look at so many movies that are good, like Ghostbusters Afterlife, that critics ripped so bad that by the time it came out,
he glittered.
No one's seen it. Doesn't matter if he glittered. It's a role. He's an actor. He took a role. You know what I mean?
He acted well while glittering.
Listen, guess what? He became a millionaire for that. It doesn't matter. You know what? Another line from Entourage. Another line from Entourage. He said, "I don't want to play a superhero." He said, "They go to Riddler. They go Batman. They go Spider-Man. They're all typecast. It's rich guys. You don't get in the game some people get in there to have good artistic work. Some people want to have a job. His job is to get paid by acting. He got paid by acting. And guess what? Doesn't matter what you say. It's a cult phenomenon that billions of children and women love. So it's not made for you. You're not supposed to like it. You're a fucking grown-ass African-American male. It's not for you. Hell, it's not even for my wife who loves
African-American male that glitters in the sun.
What's glittering? Like, what are you...
Glitter.
What does he mean by glittering?
Did you see Twilight?
Vampires in Twilight didn't burst in the sun. They were made like they had like this diamond-shaped color to them. Again, I was forced to have to watch those movies because my wife likes those movies. Hell, we have the board game in my damn
It's
house.
funny. I have yet to watch any of those movies.
My wife watches them multiple times. Come Mother's Day, she's watching Bad Moms, This Is Where I Leave You, and Twilight. Like over and over. And I love This Is Where I Leave You. That's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Because they glitter.
But I don't hate on Twilight because it is what it is.
They glitter.
You would have got that.
This is your Batman right here, right? And I segue if Michael lets me talk. You know what I'm saying? Ease Boogie's not here, but I still get interrupted. But I segue that into say that Batman Returns. The reason I don't particularly am a big fan of Batman Returns is this movie had how many daylight scenes? Can you count? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's Gotham. Gotham is dark.
No, even the first Batman had some time in the sun. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I hope the next Batman does not show any daytime scenes because I don't want to see this. I mean, but right, Batman Returns had 2 daytime scenes and they were so quick you didn't even notice it. It was just way too dark in my opinion.
Who wants to see Batman in the day?
You don't have to.
He's a
Batman has an alter ego. His name is Bruce Wayne. I mean, if you have a good Batman, you want to see a good Bruce
saw
Wayne.
Bruce
Michael
Wayne.
Keaton,
Daytime
Michael Keaton is a good Batman. Michael Keaton
Hold
is a good Batman, but he's not a good Bruce Wayne. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me rewind. Batman, Michael Keaton's a good Batman, and he's a good Bruce Wayne, but he doesn't get to play Bruce Wayne enough in the daytime.
Wait a minute.
Bruce Wayne is seen in the daytime. This movie was just so freaking dark. It's depressing at times, right? Now, that's not taking anything away from the beautiful performance of. No, I did not. The beautiful performance of Christopher Walken, who I think stole every scene. He
great role in Tenet.
So stole every scene he was in. Christopher Walken, and when I watch this, I'm gonna watch this movie like 200 times, but I forget how well they made that role for Christopher Walken. You know that Christopher Walken said, "Hey, I want to play." Absolutely. They're like, "Here, we're gonna write this character. He's not even in comics." Max Shrek, boom, boom. He did a good job. I pushed out another window. It was great. I loved him.
It was nothing but Kings of New York all over again.
Danny DeVito did a stupendous job as Penguin. He played the less sophisticated, but he plays sophisticated at times, but the less sophisticated, but nasty, gritty Penguin, and it worked. Michelle Pfeiffer, and I think Mike Knox and I had this conversation last week, in my opinion, is the best Catwoman. Outside like an Eartha Kitt who sounded like a Catwoman or Julie Newmar or something like that. But she is the definitive Catwoman in the movies. Not saying nobody's done it since. Well, he said Anne Hathaway. I think Anne Hathaway did a good job. But I think Michelle Pfeiffer did it better.
Sexier.
So one thing that I would say that I agree with Mike on, even though I might say that this person was the best, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm disrespecting anybody else who did it. Because I think they did a great job in their own way.
I'm disrespecting Val Kilmer as Batman.
I think that's fine. I think Heath Ledger is the best Joker that I've seen on screen, but I think Jared Leto is so underrated. People don't pay attention to the fact that he's really good.
You know, I agree with you on that. I think Jared Leto gets no credit for the Joker role.
Jared Leto had one of my favorite Joker scenes of all time when he was in the Suicide Squad movie when he recruited that damn bailiff or what the fuck he's called, and he was like, all that chit chat's going to get you hurt. I say that line all the time.
When that motherfucker let her ass fall from the plane, say, "Oh well," he said, "Let's go." I love that.
So yes. I really want you to understand before we get into final thoughts without giving too much away. I really appreciate Batman Returns and everything he did. It was a good movie. Watching it again, I was like, damn, this movie's better than I thought. I just felt like it was a little too dark at times, but it was a good movie. I like Selena Kyle. I thought she also did a very good job with every scene that she did. I am Catwoman, hear me roar. Meow. You know what I'm saying? And I'll talk more about it in this next segment coming up. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get into it right now. This segment.
I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
King Kong ain't got shit on me!
You want answers! I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Why so serious?
Bond. James Bond.
Show me the money!
Quotables, ladies and gentlemen. Each and every single time we review a movie, I will be telling you some of my favorite quotes from this movie. Right? Before Vic falls asleep, let me hurry up and talk a little bit more about it. But one of my favorite quotes from this movie, and I still say it to this day, remember this movie came out in 1992, we're talking about 2022. It's 30 years later. If you're older, it does not feel like it. It does not feel like it. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this movie was made and came out 30 freaking years ago.
Damn.
Every Christmas, I see a mistletoe. I hear mistletoe. This is the line that comes up. Mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it, but a tisk can be even deadlier if you mean it. Great line, great delivery done by Michelle Pfeiffer. Michael Keaton also did a good job later, but really a great line delivered by Michelle Pfeiffer. I love this line. I say it every Christmas, and I hate Christmas. I say it every Christmas when I see a mistletoe because it's apropos. I had another one, but it was too long. It was like a Mike Riggs comment. But it was it was at the end when Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman was about to kill Christopher Walken's Max Schreck when she was shooting her. He delivers. He plays a villain so well. As he got older, they stopped having him play villains as much, but he plays a villain. So he was the definitive villain of the 70s, 80s. Let's just be real, right? They say you want a villain, this is the guy. And he was shooting her with such malice, so cold. And she was like 4 or 5, still alive, whipping that thing. It was really good scene, very well delivered. Love it. Everybody played their role, from Batman to Catwoman to Penguin to Max Schreck to Commissioner, whatever his name is, Gordon, to Alfred. Just a very well done movie. Really appreciate it. But those are my quotables. If you have any quotables, the three of you, feel free to mention them in this segment before we go into the final thoughts.
Yeah. I thought it was really funny when she received the voicemail. I mean, actually, when she was checking her messages, when she got the messages from her mother, I thought that was hilarious. But the real funny one was when some random guy called her up, left a message and said, "Hey, listen, I'm sorry, but I think my therapist says that I need to stop being an appendage." And I just started rolling.
Just going on vacation by itself.
Yeah. She was great. That was too funny. Oh my god. Oh man. I'm not gonna lie, but like I know we have like an app for voicemail, but I kind of miss the machine.
What?
Like I miss like coming home and then checking the machine. Like that whole process. Like I kind of miss that.
I miss you got mail.
No,
yes.
My relationship with voicemails is different. It's like growing up in the 90s. I remember coming home and watching my parents check the voicemails and the school calling them and getting bad voicemails from the school and like watching their reactions live is like, okay, I mean,
no, you just try to come home and beat your parents in the answer machine in my day and erase that shit.
I've done that too. I did that too, and then it'll always catch up with you though. You're like, oh, so somebody called me the other day and I didn't get the voicemail.
Yes, that's what happened.
That's crazy.
You deleted that message? That was an answer in itself.
Maybe your voicemail was full.
I don't know.
Did you think of that, Mom?
Facts.
Anybody else have any quotables?
Only one that can come to mind to me is shit. I picked the cute one. By the Penguin.
I do. I do have a quotable. Penguin. When Catwoman was on his bed, he said, just the pussy I was looking for.
Yes.
You know, the funny thing is, I watch it now and I'm like, damn, when I heard that joke in 1992, when I first watched it, I was like, I did not get it as much, but I still thought it was funny. You know, and then I saw, hey, Penguin was a pervert. I did not know it again until he was a
Have you ever seen Philadelphia?
That's the age movie, right? No, I didn't see
No. The show that he's on, It's Always Sunny in
Philadelphia. Oh, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah,
there's a difference.
Most people just call it
Danny
Sunny.
DeVito in this show is insane, bro. You gotta watch this show.
Go Birds!
It's crazy.
They've had like 14 seasons already.
Yeah. I thought it was over, and I found out recently it was still on. Like, wow,
insane, bro.
Grey's Anatomy much?
They don't have this show.
Grey's Anatomy went off 2 years ago. It's still on TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this part of the show. Find out what we're going to be reviewing next Tuesday as well as this upcoming Thursday. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to final thoughts, thumbs up, thumbs down. Stay with us. You're watching Unpopular Review. This is Thursday.
Stay calm.
I'm looking for a key. You seen it? No. Well, that leaves little Becky. Where's Becky?
There once was a little girl.
Becky!
And she was good.
Stop running!
She was very, very good. But when she was bad. She was horrible.
Becky! You're clearly a special girl!
I don't want to have to hurt you.
But I do want to hurt you real bad.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black
It's a trap. You're a genius.
Riddler and Two-Face can make a pretty lethal combination. Train me, let me be your partner.
Who's your tailor?
But first,
The real game begins.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this Thursday we continue our Woman Scorn, so I don't get in trouble, Woman Scorn Month here at UPRE with E Boogie's pick, which is none other than Becky, which is Home Alone, Woman Style, Deadly Style. So looking forward to watching that and be joining us on that for Thursday. Next Tuesday, continue our Batman franchise with Batman Forever, movie I actually like, but I seem to be a minority, but one of my favorite Batman movies. Thoroughly enjoyed that one.
It is funny.
It's a fun time. Batman Robin, spoiler alert, Batman Robin, in my opinion, was not good. But Batman Forever, even though it's a complete deviation of Batman Returns, I thought was still a very enjoyable movie, and I could watch it and just be just as happy today. I actually enjoyed this a little bit more than Batman Returns. Sorry.
When's the last time you seen it?
Batman Forever?
Yeah.
3 months ago, maybe 2 months ago. I watch it a lot. I like it. It's just a solid superhero movie. We did James Bond movie about a year and a half ago. When we did James Bond movie, I said there was one thing I don't like about the Daniel Craig movies is I felt like they were trying to do too much into the acting and trying to make Daniel Craig a more relatable character as opposed to just having him be James Bond and go out there and just kill people. And that was the difference of why sometimes I prefer Pierce Brosnan's James Bond movies, not the actor, but movies over Daniel Craig, because every single Daniel Craig one, they had to make it personal. Every time.
I think they're trying to move with the times. I think they're trying to make action heroes more relatable.
Yep. Don't have to be.
I mean, they don't have to be, but I think that's just the times we're in.
You're right. You're absolutely
Everybody's
right.
more personable, more vulnerable, more relatable.
100%. That's what they were doing Daniel
But
Craig. But
I like
sometimes all I want to do
Daniel
is just pay
Craig
money to see somebody just go in there and just, and that's it. I don't
Got
need
my face with
I don't
that
need
cheese.
I don't need stop, Mike. I don't need the I don't need the oh I love her, she just got killed, or oh I love her.
Daniel Craig's the best. Daniel Craig's the best.
Stop it.
The best James Bond of all time.
Arguable.
Even over Sean Connery.
So extreme.
And I've watched every single 75 James Bond movies.
It has been 75. It's been 25.
Well, whatever, damn it.
Since 1961, when they did Dr. No, because I watched every single James Bond movie. I watched every single James Bond movie, from Dr. No to From Russia with Love to Thunderball to Goldfinger, For Your Eyes Only, You Only Live Twice, all that.
Here's what I think the problem is. The same thing I have the problem when it comes to the other thing we talk about a lot on UPRWR. And that's, I think fans in general just have to chill. Everything's not going to be great. You know what I mean? Everybody's not going to be, like you said, just because you own one don't mean you're, just because you like one more than the other doesn't mean you're putting the other ones down. And I think I go into movies.
That's how I feel about all the James Bond.
Just to be entertained. And then I come out of it saying, was I entertained or was I not entertained? I don't like that whole, it wasn't this or it wasn't that. I go, did I like what I saw? Right? For what they gave me, was I happy with that? And I think once people get back into that mind frame, movies are made just like cartoons. People understand cartoons wasn't made for kids. Cartoons were created during the Depression to take your mind off the war. Okay? Then movies are made to take your mind off of reality. So when I go see a movie, I don't need to relate to the guy. And if I can't relate to the guy, either way, it doesn't bother me. Either way, I come out like, it was good or it wasn't good. What it was. The only thing that's subjective is comedy.
Yeah, but
Because
I think after
the one clip, I'm sorry, to the one clip you played when you were playing the quotables, people love Tropic Thunder. I hate that movie because I hate the blackface. I don't care how the hell people try to explain it to me. You can't. I don't like it. And that's where I stay with that. The same way I don't take Hulk Hogan's bullshit apology, the same way I don't take that it's Black History Month and UPRE ain't doing no black movies. All right, I'm done. I digress.
Blame his girl. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and go with the final thoughts. We'll start off with Vic.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs down. And Mike.
Thumbs up.
Hold up, because before Tello 202 goes, let me address one comment right here. Okay, nothing is great to Chris except Men in Tights. First of all,
can't be.
What we're not going to do is sit here and say I don't like anything because that's not true. Okay,
it kind of seems like that though.
Second of all, what you're not going to do is insult.
And I love Robin Hood's Men in Tights.
That was the best Robin Hood movie ever.
Oh, that's a movie?
Robin Hood Men in Tights are hilarious.
Men in Tights is a movie.
Robin
Hood.
He's
talking about like his wrestlers and
but she kept off Robin Hood because of her little fantasies. Look, I don't like Men in Tights. Period. I like Robin Hood Men in Tights. I
love the Men in
Robin
Tights.
Hood. Huh?
I said I love the Men in Tights movies. I'm just joking with you.
Oh, okay. Robin Hood, I mean, you like what you like, bro. He got nothing to do. But Robin Hood Men in Tights was a great Robin Hood movie. Don't do that. Tello 202, thumbs up, thumbs down for Batman Returns. What you got?
About 4 thumbs down. Ew. 3 more times, please. Ugh.
All right.
I can do that too. Wait a minute.
I'll wait.
No. Don't wait.
Batman Returns.
Being good, I'm a bad bitch.
Batman Returns. I was prepared to watch this movie and give this a thumbs down because I think it's so overrated. It bothers me sometimes. But I watched it again over the weekend, and I have to say, I'll probably watch it again tonight. It was a good movie. I got to give it a thumbs up. Batman Returns gets a thumbs up for me. 3 thumbs up, 4 thumbs down here at UPRE. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you join us on Thursday when we review E-Boogie's pick this month, which is Becky, and then join us next Tuesday as we lead into the Batman with this guy. With Batman Forever. Looking forward to that. Mike Knox has declined to be on that episode because he does not want to acknowledge that movie. But hey, I can't wait to review it. I don't
acknowledge what. No. I asked. I want to talk about movies that I liked, right? Because I don't want to. Again, as a fan, I don't want to take away from somebody else's fandom, right? And so for me, Vic opened up by saying he thought this was a money grab. To me, that was from this point on. Every other of these Batman movies were money grabs, and I thought the story of them got worse for me. That's all. I just
Here's
thought
a fun fact.
The writing I wanted to be better.
Batman Forever made more money
because of the first one.
Batman Forever made more money than Batman Returns. However, one thing I will agree with Mike on is that it was a money grab for Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, more so than Batman Returns, because Batman and Robin, that's why they threw Arnold Schwarzenegger in there and Bane, because Bane was hot at the time. In that
off
case,
the cartoon, right?
Right. So I completely agree with you. And the story wise, Batman Forever, and Mike, you might appreciate it when I say it like this. And story wise, Batman Returns is way stronger story than Batman Forever. But from an enjoyable point of view, I enjoyed Batman Forever from bell to bell. I always say bell to bell, even with movies. From bell to bell. Like when I reference Avengers, I say I like Infinity War better than Endgame. They were like, well, how you not like that last sequence?
No,
it's not about the last sequence.
I think you can't have Endgame without Infinity War.
That's
why I like Infinity War better.
From bell to bell, I enjoy Infinity War through almost every scene they did. But Endgame, it wasn't until like the last hour. The first hour and a half of that movie,
it was somber.
2 hours, was
so
okay.
somber.
But I was like falling asleep or something. So like, okay, all right. Okay, I get it. You want to pay an homage to all your 20 movies before that. I get it. But I was not entertained. But Infinity War had me from get-go with Thanos was like, I forgot the fucking line. You know, it was almost as powerful as Joker's, I believe, whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger. I can't remember what it turns the legs into jelly. Live with it, run from it. Destiny always arrives, and now I'm here. It was great.
I think Bane gets no credit from Dark Knight Rises, which is my favorite Christopher Nolan one. He goes, "No, Doctor, the theory comes later." I love. Like to me, I thought Bane gets no credit in that movie.
Bane had a lot of quotes in that movie. That's why I love that segment.
When he wasn't even a villain. He's not even a villain in the movie.
He is definitely
Ra's al Ghul's daughter.
You know what? And I'll say it, and we got to end because we're going to talk about this when we do Dark Knight Rises later. But one of my favorite parts of that movie, it was so simple, people probably don't remember, when he was talking to that billionaire, I can't remember the billionaire's name, right? And he said, I'm in charge here. And all he does is put his hand on his shoulder and said, do you feel in charge? I love it. I was doing that to people for 3 years. I still will do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching us here at UPRE. Make sure you join us Thursday. We have a lot of stuff going on in UPRE. UPRE only, before I talk about UPRW and UPRE, but UPRE, we have an anime show that comes out when, Mike Knox?
Sundays. It's a bunch of kids talking anime. Whose kids? My kids. That's
Exactly.
who.
Exactly. We have that going on. We have Peacemaker, what comes out when, Vic?
As soon as Peacemaker finishes. Because
wow, great. Good job, Vic.
Tomorrow's the last episode, Vic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a lot going on. Make sure you follow us on YouTube at UPRE. Make sure you follow us on our wrestling channel, Unpopular Review, and our gaming channel at Unpopular Review Gaming. What's going on, Mike?
Blind Tag. Don't forget, we have an exclusive on UPR with Super Bowl wide receiver Van Jefferson of the Los Angeles Rams. Check that out. We had that yesterday. We got Van Jefferson on the show. And we also, you didn't know, my bad. I let out the cat. An interview like that coming up soon. So look out for us. You're doing big things on UPR.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching this. Make sure you subscribe. Have a good night from UPRE.